Shugong, thank you for slapping me. Use some force. Come on, this horror film from 40 years ago, scaring people. How many people's childhood shadows were once? Late at night, the man looked around and there was no one. Sneak into the room. Meet your good friend. My beloved husband just died a few days ago, having an affair right before someone else's ranking. Pig intestines see this scene. Dressed up as a ghostly and terrifying adulterer and whore, discovered that his nails were incorrect. I'm planning to teach him a lesson. I didn't expect the real ghost husband to appear. I easily strangled the adulterer and adulteress, and pig intestines are also insiders. Ghost. Of course I won't let him go. Reach out and pinch his neck, watching the pig's large intestine die. Suddenly, it's dawn. Pig intestines lying on the ground motionless. After he wakes up, let second uncle give himself a slap, discovering oneself not dead. It turned out to be a nightmare. Pig large intestine helps in a Shugong's paper binding shop. He watched him grow up. That's not very reliable with pig intestines. Xiaoyun is also not polite to the girl who marries her through fingertips. He doesn't want to delay Xiaoyun at all. Pig large intestine and uncle going to MAS house to practice. Mr. MAS son, Ma Lingxing, is his good friend. I haven't come back yet after wandering around. Until evening, a procession carrying coffins arrived holding onto pillars. It was Ma Lingxing and his bones, who returned to their hometown. Seeing a good friend suddenly pass away, I still picked up my wife outside, having an unborn child. The pig's large intestine expresses disbelief in everything. He clearly remembers. He used to go to the kiln with Ma Lingxing. Ma Lingxing always eats some bullwhip before entering. Horsewhip. Curious pig intestines also ate. It feels really different. But even after taking the medicine, Ma Lingxing still hasn't paid enough attention to pig intestines. That's when I realized he couldn't do it. The pig's large intestine, who thinks things are strange, dresses up as a paper prick. Placed in the spiritual hall, I plan to investigate the cause of my friend's death. But in fact Ma Lingxing did not die, because he heard that his father sold all his family property into grave goods. He's with that fake wife Li Yuing, and his eldest uncle Li Daishang. He Mu thought of feigning death. This move. Pig intestines don't know about all this. Having suffered in the spiritual hall, the mischievous child was holding a gun and stabbing people with paper everywhere. The pig's large intestine can only endure the pain. It's not satisfying to see the fragrance. The child still wants to use candles. It's about to reveal the filling. A sudden shout from the pig's large intestine. To uncle, you don't need to work so hard. Let someone else do it for you. Find someone else to replace me. Who is stronger than me in this village? What Shugong said is indeed true. Talking about pig large intestine disguising as a paper man, to investigate the cause of death of the old horse. How can a bare child hold a candle to light it? He was in a hurry. Pig's large intestine shouted and caught fire. Of course, that's when I noticed. Children playing with fire. Take away the child. Pig's large intestine escaped a disaster. Defeat ends and guests leave. Swine large intestine twisting muscles and bones. Start checking Ma Lingxiang's body, just getting ready to take action. Qian Bida from the neighboring village took advantage of the dark night to scrape oil and water. Unfortunately, Ma Lingxiang was searched all over his body. Only a few golden teeth are worth money. Pig intestines can't bear to see friends being spoiled like this. Playing tricks on Qian Bida. Oh. Brothers. Ah. Uncle. After scaring people away, I didn't find the wound on my friend's body in the pig's large intestine. He suspects that Ma Lingxing died from poisoning. Decided to come tomorrow to open up and pierce the belly. Hear the words about pig intestines. Ma Lingxing is in a hurry, so he disguised himself as a ghost. Tell the pig about the large intestine. I don't have any grievances. That pig's large intestine doesn't believe it at all. It's death. We need to find out the truth. Returning empty-handed. Ma Lingxing can't help it. Elias' siblings propose to solve the problem of pig colon. Ma Lingxing disagrees. Let them watch over the pig's large intestine. Coming with tools. I'm preparing to open my mouth and pierce my belly. Li Daishang came out to stop it. Tell him to test the poison. Just use a silver needle. My abdomen and throat are all covered. Ma Lingxing is not poisoned. Pig large intestine does not stop. I want to try my head again. Li Yuing came out to question what they were doing for her husband. Pig colon, directly expressing one's own doubts. Ju Daking tearfully said, I was actually insulted. It was Ma Lingxing who saved himself, still willing to marry oneself. He wanted to repay the favor. I won't leave the Ma family, even using death to prove one's conscience. The pig's large intestine doesn't look good enough to stop him. I believe that after a group of people dispersed, Li Yuang learned from the village head that those grave goods are worthless. What is truly valuable is Master Ma's inheritance. Elias' siblings have decided to turn Ma Lingxing into a real corpse. It's raining. Number 1. Speaking. Elias' siblings have decided to turn Ma Lingxing into a real dead person. So 3 black-clad people were appointed to the spiritual hall. The purpose is to end Ma Lingxiang's life. Ma Lingxing is unbeatable. 3 stitches into the throat, becoming a real corpse, on the day of burial. Uncle according to the ritual practice. But how could it not break the tile? He's very strange. Ma Lingxing becoming a ghost. I can't even get into the bodies of the Lee brothers and sisters. He had no choice but to find pig intestines to avenge himself. Pig large intestine that knows the truth. I think he deserves it. I don't want to help him. Ma Lingxing played a rogue directly. Various disturbances. I just want pig large intestine to help the two of us make Uncle Yao's shop look like a mess. Second uncle's anger is half dead. I feel like there's something fishy going on. The second uncle's approach to entering the house was trapped by the willow leaves. Ma Lingxing was beating him. Ma Lingxing just gave up now. When second Uncle Gong learned of his grievances, I decided to take action with the pig colon. Help him. Ma Lingxing borrowed the body of a pig's large intestine to seek revenge on the Lee siblings. Second Uncle Gong instructed him, be sure to come back before 5 o'clock. Otherwise, the pig's large intestine may be at risk. Attached with pig large intestine, Ma Lingxiang's body went straight to the MAS house. He is already skilled in martial arts. One person easily solved, 3 strong men. Li Yuing sees things going wrong. Attacking Ma Lingxing with powder cloth, quick reaction. The soul ran away first. Leave the body of the pig's large intestine behind. Li Yuing buried the body of the pig's large intestine with her big belly, waiting for a group of people to rescue the pig's large intestine. I can't find his body anymore. Li Yuing also died due to excessive use of birth control drugs, causing her pig's colon. Ma Lingxing to search for her body everywhere. When it was dug out, it's already dawn. The soul of the pig's large intestine is gradually disappearing. At the funeral, Xiaoyun cried uncontrollably. He can't believe the pig's colon just left like this. Second Uncle Gong revealed that there is still a way to save him. It just requires some sacrifice. Zuoyan represents. Very willing. He got married to a pig in the underworld. Bowed down with a rooster, on the day of pig large intestine 7. Following the instructions of second Uncle Gong, eternal flame light, poured rice upside down, waiting for the pig's large intestine to come back. He watched as Yin Zai drank the pre-prepared old wine, drunk as mud, faint to the ground. Xiaoyun wraps up the pig's large intestine, that has become an insect. Hide in a secret place. After waking up, the shade difference was found to be about the same time. Ask Zuoyan for pig large intestine. Even if Xiaoyun gets beaten up, its face is blue and swollen, and never surrender the pig's large intestine. She drove the shade into the stove, seal their way with fire and runes. The indifference with no way out. That's why I agreed not to catch pigs. The large intestine left the first route before dawn. The sky shines down. Pig's large intestine opened its eyes with Xiaoyun's rescue. She moved Xiaoyun's affection for him. So I decided to spend the remaining days with her. Well, as the saying goes, there are ghosts. But not in the ghost, but in the heart. That's why